TOEFL Speaking Mock Test. This section tests your ability to speak about various subjects. There are 6 tasks in this section. Listen carefully to the direction and read the questions on the screen. The first 2 tasks are independent speaking tasks. You have 15 seconds in which to prepare your response and 45 seconds to answer the question. The last 4 tasks are integrated speaking tasks. The third and fourth questions involve a reading text and a listening passage. You have 45 seconds in which to read a short text. You will then hear a short conversation or part of a lecture on the same topic. You may take notes on both the reading and listening passage. You will then see a question on the screen asking about the information that you have just read and heard, and you will have 30 seconds in which to plan a response and 60 seconds to answer the question. The fifth and sixth questions involve a short listening passage. You may take notes as you listen. After listening to the conversation or lecture, you will see a question, and you have 20 seconds in which to prepare your response and 60 seconds to deliver your answer. During the actual test, a clock on the screen will tell you how much preparation time or how much response time remains for each question. Time management is a very important component. It is neither good to finish long before the time is over, nor it is good to be unable to complete your response within the time. So, try to answer the questions as completely as possible within the given speaking time. Now, get ready to answer the question. Task 1. Talk about a time when you experienced success. Describe the experience and say why it was a success for you. Begin speaking after the beep. Task 2. Some people think that they can learn better by themselves than with a teacher. Others think that it is always better to have a teacher. Which do you prefer? Include details and examples in your explanation. Begin speaking after the beep. Task 3.
The Student Government Association is holding a Person of the Year award. Read the announcement about the award. You'll have 45 seconds to read the announcement. Begin reading now. Listen to two students as they discuss the announcement.
Hey, Tom. Do you have any ideas for the nomination?
Yes, in fact I do. I'm going to nominate Corey Peace for Person of the Year.
Who's that?
He's the groundskeeper for the football field.
Are you serious? You're nominating the groundskeeper? Why don't I nominate the janitor at our dorm? He always keeps the bathroom so clean.
No, I'm serious. Have you been to a football game lately? The field is gorgeous. He keeps the grass nice and green, and all those bushes we have around the field are always trimmed perfectly.
You think just because the field is pretty, he deserves an award?
It's not just that. He is also in charge of the flowers that spell out our school name in the stadium. All that takes a lot of work. Our football field was even featured in a college sports magazine as one of the top 10 fields in the nation. Now that's something special.
Now get ready to answer the question. The man expresses his opinion about nominations for an award. State his opinion and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion.
Begin speaking after the beep. Task 4.
Begin now. Now listen to part of a talk in a computer science class.
Hacking is becoming a more prevalent problem in the field of technology. If you are hacking, you are breaking the law, as it is a felony here in the U.S. Only if a company or individual hires a hacker to test their systems is hacking all right and ethical. In the academic hacker culture, a computer hacker is a person who enjoys designing software and building problems with a sense for aesthetics and playful cleverness. In computer security, a hacker is someone who focuses on security mechanisms. In common use, which was popularized by the mass media, hackers refers to someone who illegally breaks into computer and network systems. Now compare a bunch of kids breaking into a computer system with another bunch of kids hotwiring a car for a joyride. The latter would probably argue, with complete sincerity, that they were doing no harm because the owner of the car recovered his property afterward. They didn't keep it or sell it. It's a bad prank to borrow someone's property in that way, but not really serious. These hypothetical car thieves versus the car owner. Don't you think the car owner would win this argument?
Now get ready to answer the question. 2 opinions on computer hacking are given in the reading. Explain which of these views the professor holds and how she supports her opinion.
Begin speaking after the beep. Task 5.
Now listen to a conversation between 2 students.
Matt, I need your help.
What do you need help with?
I need to talk with my advisor about my schedule for next semester, but he hasn't been around lately. I don't know what to do.
Well, why don't you just schedule an appointment with him?
I tried that several times, but he always misses them. Either his assistant tells me he just had to rush out the door for a meeting, or he's out of town doing research.
How about you schedule an appointment with one of the other advisors, or find out when the walk-in appointment hours are for the office?
One of the reasons I chose my current advisor is because he's a little famous and he's really, really helpful with my classes. He's also very knowledgeable about my major concentration.
Well, it might be useless, but why don't you try sending him an email explaining your situation, and note to him how many appointments he has missed with you.
Yeah, I could try that.
Another idea is finding out when he teaches class, and then show up right after his class to talk to him. And I know you might not want to think about it, but maybe you should just consider changing your advisor altogether to someone more reliable and less famous.
Now get ready to answer the question. The students discuss several possible solutions to the woman's problem. Describe the problem, then state which solution you prefer and explain why.
Begin speaking after the beep. Task 6.
Now listen to a talk in an economics class.
The law of diminishing returns is perhaps the most famous and recognized of all economic concepts or laws. Depending on whom you talk to, it could be called by several different names: diminishing marginal returns or law of increasing opportunity costs. It essentially means that as you increase input, add more and more resources to the production, your output will increase by less and less. The output will still increase, but by less and less as you add to your production or input. Let me give you an example. Say you own a pencil factory. Now, it is a very basic factory. You have people make the pencils by hand. There are 10 rooms in your factory, and there are 10 people in each room making pencils for you. Let's say each person can make 100 pencils every day. Well, you want to hire more people so they can make more pencils. Makes sense, right? So you slowly start to hire more and more people. In some offices, you have 20 or 30 people making pencils now, but the employees can't all make 100 pencils every day anymore. In some of the rooms, there just isn't enough room to work efficiently. It gets more and more crowded. If you keep adding more people to each room, there will be less and less space for employees to work. So, they will go slower and slower. At first, each employee had plenty of space to work and could make 100 pencils. But now, they keep bumping into each other, and each employee can only make 60 or 70 pencils each day. After a while, adding another person doesn't mean that they will be able to make 100 pencils, thanks to the law of diminishing returns.
Now get ready to answer the question. The professor describes the law of diminishing returns. Explain this concept and how it works using examples from the lecture.
Begin speaking after the beep. That is the end of your speaking test.